Yo guys, welcome back. Unfortunately, there was not the drop of the new selection pack today, but it will be on a Thursday. Today only the big update. Take your time, load it down before Thursday so that you have the game live. And at the newest patch, it takes a while. For me, it took like half an hour to download this 10 gigabytes. You have to download it from Steam, so this always takes a bit longer. But as you can see, when you log into the game, we have the announcement for the new upcoming selection pack, Revived Legion, and then also some leaks for the app update May 2024. Sometimes the English escapes me here. So let's take a look at what we are seeing here. Obviously, it's very interesting to see the release of the new pack because we can see which ultra rares have been confirmed. Obviously, we know what is coming in the pack, though it is still not quite clear at which level we will get the memento stuff. Will we get the full power memento stuff that is already out in the OCG? I don't think so. Will we get the second wave one, which is what I think we will get, or will we get the first wave one? We will have to check for that. So we have leaks for the May 2024. There it is, update. New features coming in, new features winner, and where is it? Okay, let me have. There's a bunch of new features, and our downloads are taking a while, so they are updated throughout the day. Okay, so we are getting new infos here once the update is there. Obviously, there's a big update, so there will be more data mine stuff here. Very, very interesting. New features winner and chosen coin toss result is now displayed in dual replays. Okay, yeah, not a big thing, I guess. Card text is now formatted with line breaks, making them easier to read. Okay, you can now zoom in to see larger versions of card artworks. I like this one, but these are more, I guess, little corrections on how to enjoy the game side, right? Upcoming campaigns, Yu-Gi-Oh! Welcome Back campaign. That sounds cool because this could be something like the Sword Soul campaign, the friend campaign that we already have here. So we might get a new campaign. If you're not aware, if you enter or if someone enters your code here, or if your code gets entered, then that is a new or returning player. Then you will get a Sword Soul deck core here with Mohi as the ultra rare and then two other ultra rares. And if you get it a second time, you also get another very important ultra rare. The rest of the cards are not that important anymore because you can just craft them. They are not very valuable. Obviously, you can get this card back here and also this wallpaper if you want to, but then you will have a lot of people entering your code that you can find here. So we might get something like this again, which definitely would be quite fun. Let me see, here we were. And then Yu-Gi-Oh! Qualifying, which I'm not quite sure. Are we getting another dual list cup where we can qualify? Not quite sure what this could be referring to, but we will see. And as the article says, we will get updates throughout the day, so some interesting things might come there. New animations, which I think is very, very cool and very interesting here for which cards we are getting animations. Naturia B is definitely a card that deserves its animation. That's definitely the boss monster of the Naturia archetype, I would say, in terms of how often you summon this card. Unfortunately, Konami always decides to give the monsters the animation, and we will see this again in the new selection pack that don't really matter, which is a bit sad because they obviously know which cards are good in which decks and which cards are being played because they know the OCG, they know the TCG. It's already known information, right? Then we have a Skyscraper Mobilize Engage at 2 at the moment. I guess this will come back to 3 at some point. Konami might be a bit afraid of this going second strategy here becoming too powerful. Hello there to Tenpai Dragons. This will be fun in the future. And then we get an animation for Heavy Storm, which is interesting because Heavy Storm is forbidden at the moment. So why would this get an animation? Yeah, you could guess that we will get the Heavy Storm back as the OCG also has. So the OCG tested this out and it seemed quite fair. So this might be the point at which we will get it back also because, remember, Master Rule is always more on the OCG side than the TCG side, so that fits. So we might get Heavy Storm back with the next Forbidden and Ban list. That would be very interesting. Definitely a card that could see some play, though then again, this is more of a side deck card like a Happy's Feather Duster, so I think this is not a card that everyone will put in their deck. So that could definitely come back and would probably not make the biggest splash in the meta. So why not Dark Wolf for spells and traps? Basically a very old school card. Some of the old school cards are definitely very strong. I am still waiting on the Pot of Wheat coming back, but I guess this will not happen in my lifetime. We have upcoming selection pack Revived Legion here, and as always we have some hints for ultra rares that are coming in this pack. Obviously the Espinel Knight, it is an ultra rare, but that's not a big problem because you actually only need one of these. The only exception would be if you play Rescue Ace, then you will need 2 of this. Then we have the Salamangreat Raging Phoenix, which you, depending on what you want to play, if you want to play Salamangreat, then you will need, I think you need 2. Correct me in the comments if I'm wrong here. Or do you need 3? I think 2 are enough. You at least need 2 of these. But for the fire decks that can make a very strong finisher combo, you can go check out that video. I've made a video about the new combo that is available for Snake Eyes and all the fire decks, which I called this new Salamangreat support is really Snake Eyes support. You can go check out that video in the top right corner. It's very interesting, but I will also make a guide for this new kill combo when the new pack drops. But yeah, Raging Phoenix, you might be able to get away with crafting only 1 Raging Phoenix if you want to play the fire decks, or crafting only the SP Linlight if you only want to get SP Linlight. And as I already said, you don't need more than this. They OCG put this card to 2, which the only deck playing this at 2 was Rescue Ace. Not a single deck in the OCG ever, I think, was playing this at 3. Not because this card is not amazing. It's one of the best cards to ever be printed in the game. Amazing, amazing. But I guess we will make an extra video concerning this card, because you will see this in every video, in nearly every game, and you have to understand how this card works, because it's not the most easiest to understand card, but it's a very, very strong card. Then we have Over Future Fusion, which is a card. If I click on here, okay, it has changed now, but because when I clicked on this the first time around, it was purely Japanese text here. I have not seen this. I have not seen this spell card. This is new to me. Obviously, it's Future Fusion, or was the original card called Future Fusion, or how was this called? Future Fusion? Yeah, Future Fusion, which I think at some point was on the ban list because it could mill stuff into the graveyard. We can reveal 1 fusion monster in extra deck and send 1 of the fusion materials mentioned on it by name from your deck to the graveyard, and if you do, cannot special summon monsters with that name nor activate their monster effects for the rest of his turn. And you can fusion summon or Dark Machine fusion monster, very specific here, from your extra deck by banishing fusion materials listed on it from your grave. So this might fit in some specific decks. Dark Machine fusion, I'm at the moment not quite sure what this would be, honestly. Filter by not released, but let's filter by fusion, and then also we want dark and we want machine, which obviously this is super specific. What is, okay, fusion summon 1 dark machine fusion monster from your extra deck. Okay, fusion dark machine, there is none. So what is this even pointing to? Is this, are these cards machines? No, they are worms. I know, I don't know what this is, but I think it's not very important, not very impactful. Otherwise I would have seen it at some point. We obviously have the boss monster of the Memento archetype, and we can definitely quickly check here. Memento card list release, because I'm not quite sure whether this thing here is from the first wave or the second wave. Obviously, it's not from the third wave of Infinite Forbidden that we can also see here. When was the new cards released? In Lede. So in Legacy of Destruction, we have gotten some new Memento cards here. The Twitter reveal Memento, new cards for Memento. Okay, so these are new cards for the Memento from a Legacy of Destruction. So this Memento card is from the first wave. So we might only get the first wave, which if we get only the first wave, I think that this deck will not be very viable. I've made a video about what this deck can do, getting to a 7-card interruption, but you need the trap card. I think it is this one, yeah, it's this one, and then you can use this boss monster to make him lose attack and negate monster effects on the field. But let's wait and see. Obviously, we have 5 slots here, up to 7 other Ultra Rare slots. Normally, there are 13 Ultra Rares in the selection pack that will be filled here with cards that we do not know. I can only hope that the Horus cards, the important Horus cards, and the Salamangreat cards are not that expensive. This would at least be my wish. Make the Memento cards expensive, if you ask me. And then we have Horus, the Black Flame Deity, the boss monster of the Horus cards. But obviously, the most important cards, if you play a Horus Stun version, then I think you can play this one, but you don't really need to. A Horus Stun version would consist of, and we get everything as it seems, would consist of the Trap, the Field Spell, the Sarcophagus, and then copies of the base monsters. I'm not even sure whether you would play the Flame Deity, but the most important cards are definitely 3 Amseti, Glory of Horus, that can search the King Sarcophagus. Then you can go with 1 King Sarcophagus and then 1 Happy. So if these are not ultra rare, that would be amazing. But I guess that Amseti, because it's the main searcher, the Sarcophagus searcher of the deck, I think this one will be an ultra rare, and you need 3 of these in every Horus strategy that you run. So you can combine this Obviously with tier element stuff, which is quite nice, will make tier elements once again better, but don't you worry, not to a like really strange point. Unfortunately, this card is also, as far as we know, getting the animation, which is a bit sad because you will not summon this a lot. Would be way cooler, would have been way cooler giving the Imseti the animation. I think the Imseti looks cooler, first of all, and second of all, you're always summoning the Imseti, so this is really a bit sad, and they would not need to like later on deliver animations for important cards if they would give the important cards the animation in the first place. This is also something that I'm very concerned with when we are getting the Fire King cards, because Fire King has the same problem. This is basically the monster that you will always summon, but this is the extra deck XYZ boss monster, you could say, that you will probably not even play, and this will probably get the animation. So this is a bit lame. I hope they change this in the future, but yeah, very interesting. I'm very interested in seeing what else is in this pack and how the rarity distributions are. Obviously, if we get a second wave mentor support, then this is definitely a deck that you can play with. Otherwise, we will have Salamangreat back in the mix. A lot of people like the deck, and it's definitely way stronger. Another very interesting thing is whether we will get the Code of Soul, or is it called Code of Soul, a new card from Legacy of Destruction for the Salamangreat archetype, basically. We might get this, we might not get this, we don't know this at the point. Obviously, this would make Salamangreat better than the Horus cards. Let's see how the rarities are set here. We might get, I don't know, a surprise card in Typhon Starslayer here as an ultra rare, but I don't think so. But it's very cool that we get the Little Knight making decks that use the Unchained engine stronger, which would be Unchained Labyrinth, and also the new Unchained, or the normal Unchained version. But obviously this makes every deck better besides the deck that can't play this card, for example Branded Despia. Alright, this is everything for now. So Thursday we will go ahead and get at the new pack. Obviously live stream, we will make videos, be there, you know the drill. Let me know in the comments what you think of the releases so far, of the infos here. Are you excited for this? What are you going to craft? Let me know in the comments, guys. Thanks for being here. If you like my content, please consider subscribing, hitting the thumbs up and the notification bell. This helps out a lot, and we will see each other in the next one.